6 engineers woke up to, your branch and origin main have diverged. One junior developer amended a commit on main and force-pushed, rewriting history for the entire team. Let's break down Git Amend. Edit the last commit, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Git commit amend is a command that modifies the most recent commit. It doesn't just edit the message, it creates an entirely new commit object with a different SHA hash. The old commit becomes orphaned and is eventually garbage collected. You can amend to fix a typo in the message, add a forgotten file, correct the author, or add a sign-off. Each operation creates a new commit with a new SHA. Here are the common amend patterns. Use M to change the message inline, no edit to keep the message when adding files, and author to fix the identity. Under the hood, amend takes the current staging area, combines it with the previous commit's tree, and produces a new commit with the same parent. The old commit becomes unreachable, but remains in the object store. This script shows that the old commit still exists in the object database, but no branch points to it. The new commit has a different SHA. After amending a pushed commit, you need to force push. But force silently destroys teammates' commits. Force-with-lease checks that the remote branch matches your local tracking reference before overwriting. Always use force-with-lease. It rejects the push if someone else has pushed since your last fetch. Then fetch, review, and rebase before retrying. To amend a commit that's not the most recent, use interactive rebase. Mark the commit with edit, make your changes, amend, then continue. This rewrites every commit from that point onward. Amend is safe only on local branches. On shared branches, use fix-up commits or revert instead. Never amend on main, develop, or release branches. On shared branches, create a fix-up commit that auto-squashes during rebase, or use revert to undo changes without rewriting history, or just create a new commit. If you amend and immediately regret it, ORIG head holds the old commit. Use git reset hard ORIG head to restore. If you've run other commands, use git reflog to find the old commit. ORIG head is overwritten by the next dangerous operation. For delayed recovery, use reflog. The old commit remains in your local repository for 90 days. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. A junior engineer amended a commit that had already been pushed to a shared feature branch. They used git push force, which overwrote the remote branch without checking. The next morning, 6 engineers pulled and got divergent histories. Their local branches had the old commit SHA, but the remote now had a new one. Git tried to merge the two histories, creating unwanted merge commits and breaking CI. The root cause was using force instead of force-with-lease, which allowed overwriting remote history without checking for upstream changes, destroying teammates' commits. The fix required each engineer to run git pull rebase to reconcile their local history. The team then reverted the force push using reflog and established a policy. Always use force-with-lease and never amend a commit that has been pushed to a shared branch. They also added a pre-push hook to detect SHA changes and block amends on shared branches. If you amend a commit that has been pushed to a shared branch and force push, every teammate who pulled the original commit now has a divergent history. The old SHA they have locally no longer exists on the remote. If a teammate force-pushed an amended commit on a shared branch, other engineers can recover their local work without losing uncommitted changes. Use git rebase onto to replay their local commits on top of the new remote history. The force-with-lease flag was introduced in Git 185, November 2013. In older Git versions, force-with-lease is not available, and you must use force with extreme caution. Always check your Git version with Git version before relying on the safety net. To prevent accidental amends on shared branches, add a pre-push hook that checks if the branch is protected, e.g., main, develop. This hook rejects any push that rewrites history on those branches. To debug amend issues, first check if your commit is already on the remote. If Git status says diverged, you need to reconcile. Use reflog to find old commits. Always verify that CI ran on the new SHA after a force push. Let's run through some common interview questions. What does Git commit amend do? creates a new commit with a new SHA, replacing the last commit. Why is amending a pushed commit dangerous? It creates divergent histories for teammates who pulled the old commit. What is the difference between force and force-with-lease? Force overwrites blindly. Force-with-lease checks the remote tracking ref first. And a few frequently asked questions. Can I undo an amend? Yes, using org head or reflog within 90 days. Is it safe to amend on my own branch? Yes, if no one else has pulled it. What's the alternative to amend on shared branches? Use git commit fixup or git revert. To summarize, Git Commit Amend is a powerful tool for fixing local commits, but it rewrites history. Never use it on shared branches. Always use force-with-lease for force pushes. For shared branches, prefer fix-up commits or revert. And remember, org, head and reflog can save you if you make a mistake. Ready to go deeper? Up next, Git init, creating and initializing repositories, then git add, commit and status, then git revert, safe undo for pushed commits. Find them all at TheCodeForge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at TheCodeForge.io.